Jurors to decide whether Charlottesville Unite the Right rally organizers prepared for a violent showdown from the start. The plaintiffs, who include town residents and counter-protesters injured in 2 days of clashes in August 2017, contend the organizers of the rally engaged in a conspiracy. The 10 individuals are seeking compensatory and statutory damages for physical and emotional injuries they suffered. The events surrounding August 11th and 12th saw nationalists and supremacists marching through Charlottesville and the University of Virginia campus chanting, "Jews will not replace us, you will not replace us," and "blood and soil," a phrase evoking Nazi philosophy on ethnic identity. But the plaintiffs argue there is plenty of such evidence they will present at the Charlottesville trial. They also say rally participants bragged after the event, in military terms, about the violence they instigated. The 2017 rally turned the city into another battleground in America's culture wars and highlighted growing polarization. It was also an event that empowered white supremacists and nationalists to demonstrate their beliefs in public rather than just in online chat rooms. Organizers wanted to ignite race war, the suit says.
The plaintiffs include college students, city residents, and a clergy member. 4 were struck by the car driven by Fields, the complaint reads. Others claim they were kicked, punched, or spat upon. Attorneys contend organizers of the Unite the Right rally planned for a violent showdown from the start. Organizer Jason Kessler applied for the permit for the rally in May 2017, claiming the event would be a protest against the removal of the Lee statue, the complaint said. City Council voted to remove the statue in April 2017, and in June that same year it voted to rename the park Emancipation Park. The rally organizers chose Charlottesville so the debate and protest around the statues could serve as a catalyst for race and religious war, the complaint reads. White supremacists, neo-Nazis, along with groups such as the Proud Boys and the Loyal White Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, were in the city for events in May, June, and July 2017. While Kessler's permit was for only August 12th, the attendees began arriving August 11th and participated in the infamous Torchlight March that resulted in counter-protesters being kicked, punched, and spit on near the university's rotunda, the complaint reads. The next day was more violent, with clashes all over the city. The violence reached its tipping point when Fields drove into a crowd. An attorney said that he was acting in self-defense. Fields is serving 2 concurrent life sentences. The Confederate statues that were the center of violence in 2017 were taken down in July 2021. The statues of Lee in Market Street Park and Thomas J. Stonewall Jackson in Court Square Park were removed to the applause of a gathering crowd. Defendants include individuals. Groups 14 individuals are named. They include Fields, Kessler, Richard Spencer, who was the lead organizer for the August 11th Torchlight Rally, and Cantwell, who became the face of the rally after being featured in a Vice documentary. Cantwell wrote in a September 22 letter to the court that in 2017 he and his associates applied for a permit to hold a demonstration. The group was denied the permit, sued, and won the right to demonstrate. We were threatened with violence by the plaintiffs' co-conspirators, as we had been countless times before. But we relied on the police to keep us separate, as we had countless times before, and were left with little choice but to defend ourselves when the promised protection failed to materialize, Cantwell wrote, adding an army of Jewish lawyers was behind the lawsuit. Many of the defendants have said they did not instigate the violence. Harsh and bold words, as well as scuffles, are simply a reality of political protests, which are, by their very nature, contentious and controversial, white nationalist Richard Spencer wrote in a 2018 motion to dismiss the case. But attorneys for the plaintiffs claim that the rally was an attempt to spread hateful ideologies and make them more mainstream. The defendants used the internet to solidify a stable and self-sustaining counterculture, the complaint reads. Much of the activity toward planning the event and executing violent actions was done through the chat app known as Discord, where users can set up a series of private, invite-only servers, each providing a space for real-time group discussion, the complaint reads. Discord is not part of the lawsuit. The lawsuit accuses organizers of using violent imagery to promote the rally on social media. Images such as a man wielding a hammer in the motion of swinging it at the Star of David and a poster reading "Fight until the last drop" with a hand holding a knife were just some of the images used to promote the event. The events of August 11th and 12th were viewed as a victory to the organizers and attendees, the plaintiffs argue. "We are going to be back," Spencer said. According to the complaint, plaintiffs say they are still dealing with aftermath. Those who filed the lawsuit argue they suffered life-altering injuries during the rally. Field's car narrowly missed Marissa Blair, a paralegal who lives in Charlottesville, because her fiancé, Marcus Martin, pushed her out of the way before being hit himself, the complaint reads. Blair was friends with Heather Heyer, the woman killed during the rally. UVA student Natalie Romero, Richmond resident Chelsea Alvarado, and Charlottesville resident Thomas Baker were also hit by the car. Other plaintiffs said they were either verbally or physically assaulted during the event. According to the lawsuit, Romero did not return to campus because of anxiety. Alvarado says she suffered a concussion after she was hit by Field's car, developed depression, and was isolated from her family. The complaint said Baker would need hip replacement surgery as a result of being hit by the car. He says he is also triggered by flashbacks and has panic attacks. Martin says he was unable to work for about 9 months after the rally. He has flashbacks, which has led him to mental health counseling, according to the complaint.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe